So here we have a USB-C extension cable, but it's actually made for the dock, so it's going to fit snugly into the dock. And what it will allow you to do is, if you wanted to hide the dock, for example behind the TV, and then when you wanted to play the Switch in docked mode, you don't have to put the Switch into the dock, you can just plug it into this little extension cable. Now I already did a video on this ages ago using just a standard USB-C extension cable. Where this differs is it's actually got a bulky end which is designed to fit snugly into the Switch. So let's see if it actually works or not. So a USB-C extension cable will work just fine, but it can be a little bit fiddly marrying up the female to the male in here. But with this one, I presume it's just a case of snugly fitting it in, and it should stay in place nicely. Right, so right now you can see if you have a look up here that it is actually docked, so the Switch is working up there. So I'm going to unplug this and the Switch will come onto here. And now I'm going to get this, and you can see which way it goes around because we have this cutout at the back. That's the same cutout as this on the Switch there. You can see exactly what's happening here. This is taking the place off the Switch. So we're going to plug that in to there, and then you can see it forces down onto it. So it doesn't really, do you know what? I thought that would fit a lot better. Oh, there we go, now it's in, okay, so it's fully in, nice and flush now. Let me see what I was doing wrong before, maybe I wasn't putting enough force onto it. Yeah, there's a little bit fit, there we go, yeah, you have to kind of give it a wiggle to make sure it's nice and in. And now, when we get this, we can plug this into here, and it will go off here, and it should come up to here. And there we go. So now you can see that the dock is hidden away behind the TV. Obviously in this house it wouldn't matter, but let's say if everything was really minimalistic and you didn't want anything on display, you could just have this cable loose. And then when you want to play it in docked mode, you would just plug it in, and then when you don't need it, you will see that it will just come back onto here again. Plug it in, and a few seconds later it will go back onto the TV. There we go. Obviously when you're laying this down flat you have to be wary of the vents at the back, so you still need some sort of stand to be safe to put this onto. So this cable is only really going to suit certain people in certain setups. Right, let's move on. So here we have a mini charging grip, which are basically little battery power packs that go onto your Joy-Cons to give your Joy-Cons power when they run out of battery. So it doesn't often happen because every time you attach your Joy-Cons to your Switch, they're charging up. But you could get caught out if you play a lot of docked mode. So if you play this on your TV and you've got these in your hands, then if you didn't charge them up for a couple of days, you will find that will run out of power, in which case then these could come in handy then. So not going to really need them very often, but there is chances where you would need them. So let's open them up and see what they're like. Right, so down at the bottom here we've got two USB-C cables, so that's quite good, so we can charge them up with that. And a couple of straps, because these are basically taking the place of the Joy-Con straps that you have, so they add more bulk. And also the buttons feel quite nice actually. So that's them there. So let's try them on for size. Right, so this has got a minus, so we're going to have to attach the minus to this one. And you will see, you can still see what player indicator you are as well. This one is the plus, so we would have that there. And do you know what? It actually feels okay. Now to release them, we've got a little button here that we just need to press in, and then you will just pop your Joy-Con out again. So it's quite useful that there's a battery built into here to give the Joy-Con power. When we want to charge it up, we can just use a Nintendo Switch power supply. You can now see it's charging, or we can just use one of these plugged into any old USB charger. And you can see there that you have a little LED indicator. So right now it's red because the Joy-Con's taking power from here, and when I take away the Joy-Con, you can see it goes to green. Not a bad product, not a huge amount of need for it, but still it's not a bad product. So this one here is a car holder. It's a little attachment that goes onto your headrest. You can see there the little supports, the poles for the headrests, and then it allows you to put your Switch at whatever angle you want, and you can play it in tabletop mode when you're in your car. So obviously you would take your Joy-Cons off, and then two of you in the back seat could play that. So for example, your two kids could play the Switch. So I'm going to be connecting this up to my car just to see what it looks like. Right, I might as well set it up here now while there's a bit of room. So really easy to set up. All we have to do is slot this into there and then click it into place, and then the idea is you will tighten this up, and then you can have it vertical or horizontal, and you can extend this out by pressing that little button there, and you can see it's not just for the Switch, you can have bigger tablets in this as well. And then this is the part here that you would put around the actual pole, and then put it on there and tighten it up. Right, let's set it up. So here we have it in the back of the car here, and you know what, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. You can move it around the place, you can adjust it. Only awkward bit is it doesn't leave much room here on your headrest, because this is quite big here, so if you had your headrest right the way down at the bottom, if you were slightly smaller, then it's not going to work. But it appears to do what you want it to do, and it does appear to be secure. When you're using it, really you need to have it in the horizontal position here, because you don't want to block up the vent up here. So it does, everything else appears to be clear, all the vents there and everything. So let me show you a little bit of gameplay. Yeah, so it could be a way to make the journey slightly more entertaining for the backseat passengers. Alright, let's move on. So here we have some Mario Kart skins for the actual dock and the Switch itself. Also comes with these little covers for the analog sticks. So it's supposed to customise the look of your Switch, make it look a little bit different than other people's. So this is made by a company called PDP, and they've been around for a long time, and it looks like it's an actual licensed Nintendo Switch product. So let's see what's on the inside of this. Okay, so you can see a screen protector, we have the skin there, and we've also got Joy-Con covers and also the back of the Switch. So let's fit this, see what it's like. These are little caps, little rubberized grips that fit over the analog sticks. Well, I'm just going to fast forward through the actual fitting and see what it looks like at the end. Right, okay, so we've done it, and do you know what, it went on really easy and it was actually enjoyable to do. The reason I put the covers onto the grey Joy-Cons is because I actually like the colour of these anyway, and I don't really want the skin to be on these ones because it will still look nice with that colour on it. So I thought I'd put it on the grey ones just to make them look a bit more interesting. Now, it all went on really easy, and it looks like when you're bored with it that it would actually come off without a lot of damage, because if you look there now, can you see it's just peeling off without leaving much damage behind it. Now I know initially there was problems with skins causing damage to the actual Switch itself, but I presume, obviously I haven't looked into this and I haven't done any testing, but I presume if they've been licensed by Nintendo, then they are going to be okay to use. So there you go, you can see now it's got a screen protector on it. Everything was really easy to do. Got a couple of little air bubbles left, 1 second now. Yeah, one more air bubble there. You've just got to work them out from the centre outwards. But yeah, check it out, looks good. And even the kickstand here, can you see it's all really nicely designed so that it's like seamless. I'm really impressed with that. Nice on the dock as well. One very slight fault I did find with it is you see on this left Joy-Con here, can you see they've accidentally punched through here, not a complete punch through, but a partial punch through, and on here it is actually noticeable. If you look, can you see there, that circle there? So you can kind of feel it more than you can see it, but obviously that's not supposed to be there. The only thing I don't personally like is I don't like these ones here. They feel plasticky, they don't feel grippy enough. So what I'm going to do is, I've already got these ones from another video I did, I'm going to put on a couple of these ones here. These are made by Hori, and they grip a lot better. So you can pick colours that you like. So let's go to the Luigi and Mario ones. Right, so there you go. These ones are a lot more grippy now. You can see that it's very easy to completely change the look of your Switch in only about 5 minutes or so. So that's it. If you like any of these, put them down to the comments. Personally, I think I've been most impressed with the skin. And I don't know why, but I actually quite like these ones. I haven't had any long-term testing. Maybe they're going to fall off after a week or two. I really don't know. But I thought these would be rubbish, a complete gimmick, but they do actually feel pretty good when they're on. So it surprised me a bit. As well as that, the sunshade did actually work. I know it looks a bit ridiculous, but it does the job. I mean, you've seen earlier on, you couldn't see anything without that, and with it, you could actually see. So a few surprise items in there, and then some things that let me down a lot, like that big charger thing. Didn't work at all for me. It wasn't anything like I expected it to be. But then again, you might have more luck. Maybe I've got a faulty one, so I think I will be sending that one back because it doesn't seem to do what it's supposed to do. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care. Bye now.